The run this year is projected to be the largest in some number of years. The signs have been good. We've been seeing the signs for about a week now.
I'm here to be with my people, to celebrate the tradition of the Smelt coming up the river. It's something I've always did since a kid living in this county. My parents took me out here when I was a kid, and just growing up, every year they would come and we would celebrate them coming up the river.
It's the ability to see each generation talk to another generation, to show them our ways, so that the little ones learn how to dip and then show it from the older ones. So the elders show the people in the middle, and just as we hand the tradition down from generation to generation.
I think it's fun. You know, it's nice to be able to, you know, help them because they can't do it themselves yet, you know. This is actually my first year dipping for Smelt.
The ceremonies remind us of the importance of maintaining the runs. When I was 7, you could fill one of these full buckets and each day, and nobody thought anything about it because the fish were plentiful, but the fish have dwindled, and the importance to remind why we do the things we do along the streams to bring the fish and to protect the fish so that they can come back.
I'm Tana Ingdahl. I'm spiritual leader of the Cowlitz Indian tribe. We have been gathering along this shoreline for many, many years here at Gerhardt Gardens in Kelso, fishing along the banks for qualistay. The qualistay is that mysterious tiny fish that comes up the river about this time, late winter. It comes with the late winter rains, when in our old village time we were so hungry sometimes because our winter stores had been depleted. But this tiny fish came up to replenish our plank houses, our long houses, and we smoked them. Sometimes when we were taking them and dipping them out of the river, as you see here behind us, we baked them or roasted them right along the fires here on the river banks, and then they were taken home by the hundreds to be smoked at their home villages. Throughout the year, they were such a replenishment of nutrients. The qualistay is one of the gifts of creation that came to us to get us through these harsh winters. It was called our salvation fish because it had so many nutrients in its tiny little bodies that it was something that we not only prayed for and prayed with, but we were so thankful for this kind of replenishment from the Creator that we always gave thanks. The Cowlitz gave thanks for everything. They get up in the morning and give thanks. They go to bed at night and give thanks for everything in nature. We have seen the eagles today. We've seen the flying birds. We've seen the waters alive with the swimming bodies of the qualistay. It is a wonderment that we get a feeling of the spring that's coming. We get to shed the walls and come out together. But we've come out together even in the pouring rain as well. We're a people who worked with the rivers, not against them. We worked with the trail systems, not against it. So our trails wandered around following the river systems. Now, of course, we have highways that straightened out those old Indian trails. So people today can get from point A to point B really quickly. And there was a time when our highways were the rivers. Our people were canoe people, we were salmon and cedar people. We were people who loved everything about creation. We loved everything about the rivers, everything about the mountains and the prairies. Our lands were so vast, it covered all of that. It covered the high mountains to the lowland rivers and all the meadowlands of the higher elevations and the prairie lands that were along the rivers. So we've had centuries of near desperation and near extinction to come back. What we're seeing today, with many of our young people coming back with our parents coming back with the rivers. So the Cowlitz, back from the bridge of extinction to a mighty force that we are today. And I think everyone that is here, those that are Cowlitz, would say, I am proud to be part of a people worth having lived, worthy of life and worthy of a continuation since the beginning of time. Oh,